In case you don't know still, my name is Kolamide Dwayne, and you're listening to the Kolamide podcast.
You ain't got a clue, let's be honest. I had a couple seasons made a forest. I put in the work and take the profit.
Hi guys, what's good? What's good? You're welcome to the Kolamide podcast. First, I want to apologize. Didn't put one out last week because logistics, and this guy here, this guy wasn't around.
I was not around.
Yeah, he wasn't. Anyway, I've got Damien with me today. What's good, G?
I'm good.
Yo, you have to up. What's going
I'm
on?
good,
Man?
I'm good,
It's
I'm
my
good,
team
man.
that
Yeah,
lost, not
no,
your team, bro.
No, my team almost lost, you know.
Almost.
Let's be real here. Like,
My
we were
guy,
struggling.
Man City lost 2-0 to Wolves, man. I don't even know how to act. Like, I found out, I was streaming the game at first. It was 1-0, you know, I was pissed already. Like, yeah, I'm not watching this game to the end. Then my phone buzzed and I thought, oh, finally, 1-1. I check it, 2-0, bro. I went into the toilet and just sat there. Because, yo, my guys were calling me, yo, what's going on? Listen,
I actually saw 3 posts on WhatsApp like, hey, Man City.
Yo,
Calamity
1-0. 1-0, I was like, yo, fire on the mountain. What's going on? Bro, it was.
I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on though.
Listen, it's 8 points now.
No, but you know what? Yeah, I don't know if it's even a point to panic yet. I don't think it's time to even start. You know
the way the season is going.
Liverpool aren't going undefeated. That's not. I'm telling you, they're not finishing this season undefeated.
Sure.
They're definitely going to lose 2 games still until the end of the season. And as we know, City are also capable of like a certain run at a very important time. Like they've showed it 2 years now in a row. Like they can get those points when it matters. So I wouldn't even start panicking yet. It's bad because you don't want to start there.
Yeah.
But Liverpool still at least have, especially in this Christmas period, there's 1 or 2 games that are going to be slips. Draw here, loss here. Yeah. And City might maybe have a great run throughout December, and then you've caught up points.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, man. December is usually not our greatest times because the past 2 seasons, we've slipped during the winter periods, you know, and it's just annoying. And the way Liverpool, like if they had drawn a game at least, you know, I would not be so bothered. But because, you know, they've had 8 straight wins this season, you know, their next game is Man United.
Season, right?
True. They did, but 8 points, man, is too much. I don't know. I still believe that my team can catch up, but yo, I'm just scared for the worst, you know. But like I said, maybe this season is our season in Champions League. Yo, maybe that's why we're playing.
Maybe that's why it doesn't happen.
Yeah. You can't have best of both worlds.
But I don't know. I feel like Guardiola has also actually made it quite clear that he targets the league in every club he goes for. Sure. Every club he goes for, he wants to win the league. The Champions League is extra. Like even like, you know, the Champions League is something extra.
I mean, I'm credit to the team because we lost some players. You know, no Laporte, no Kevin De Bruyne on and off. You know, my company left.
That was a strange transfer. I mean, of course, he's reached the age, but they don't have anybody else as that experienced.
Especially no Stones as well.
You know,
so annoying. Anyway, to, you know, sort of just jump in. We've talked too much about football already. Let's just go straight to, you know, the questions I usually get, and we'll just ask you. You answer first, and I'll go after, and we'll just get it in. All right. First question here says, "Well, what's the best Wi-Fi name you have seen?"
What's the best Wi-Fi name I've seen? I don't remember exactly what he says, but I think it was one where there was a popular song at the time, and I think there was a line maybe in the song that started with Y or we or something like that, and then they kind of wrote the like Wi-Fi with that song name. I just can't remember. I know I saw like this must have been maybe I think it was a restaurant in Amsterdam or something. It might have been a restaurant, maybe it's Waterloopplein or something like that, like a square over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend.
And they might have done that, and they might have like made the name out of what like the place,
line.
Out of the line in the song. That's the only thing I can think of. Everything else has been like regular.
Yeah, that's creative. I mean, you've seen the normal corny ones. Get your own Wi-Fi or you're not getting my password. Yeah, I think
you're not getting my password.
You're not getting my password. Yeah, I've seen that. The most creative one I think I've seen wasn't even that creative. It was just funny. I think that day, right? There was a football game on, and I think maybe Maybe it was the day Arsenal lost 4-0. I can't remember what scoreline. No, it was Man U. Somebody beat Man U that day. I think Leicester or some shit. You know, and then the person's Wi-Fi name was literally Leicester something. You know, I laughed and I'm like, yeah, cool. Leicester, Man U 4-0 or something. And then, I so wanted to connect to that because, of course. All right, another question here says, what's the one movie you can practically quote from beginning to end?
Oh, that's a really good movie. That's a really good one. It might have to be one of the Godfather trilogy, probably Godfather 1. Godfather 1.
I've never seen any Godfather.
Oh, bro, you have to watch that trilogy.
I've never
That's
seen
like
it.
a case study on family, life, but then done by, by mobsters, basically. But you have Al Pacino quite young then. And but it's,
I mean, everybody talks about how great they are, but I've never seen anyone. But I'll make time to watch it. So you can name everything from Godfather.
I can name Godfather 2. I think I can pretty much quote every scene. I think I've seen that enough times.
How many times?
Godfather 1, 2, 3. Mind you, I had them on DVD, and then the Blu-ray time came by. And I had my PlayStation, so I could just put movies on it, and I stopped carrying this. So I'm trying to even think the last time I really even watched it. But I know for sure I've seen the whole trilogy probably maybe at 5, 6 times. Right. And individual films, I think on TV sometimes they show them and all that stuff, so I've cut them on and off. But I'd say that, and then maybe say Belly from Belly with Nas and DMX. Like when I saw that, I was quite young, and it was like it was just cool to see two great rappers in a movie. So like I used to watch it all the time.
Nice. For me, it will be between. So there's this movie. I definitely can't quote it because it's Chinese. Was a Jet Li and some kids. I saw that one when I was like maybe 10. So we had it on DVD as well. Watched it like 7 times just because the storyline was great, and of course it was Jet Li. With the fights, singing, and the stunts. Definitely watched that. But a movie that gonna sound cheesy, gay even, but. Pitch Perfect, the movie with Anna Kendrick, the acapella. I really like the singing. I've seen that like 12 times. I've watched that shit on mute, and I can literally like just word for word say everything. This is So I mean, people ask me what's your favorite movie, and I'm like Pitch Perfect, and they're like, really? I'm like, no, it's not my favorite movie, but it's probably one of the movies I've seen the most. Like. Just because of the singing and Anna Kendrick, I have a crush on her, so watch it every time. Okay,
here's a follow-up question. What are your top 5 movies?
Yo, that's a tough one. Tough one. I don't know. I'm not going to name them in any particular order, but Shawshank Redemption will be there. The Prestige is another one. Prestige. Wow, now this is where it gets tough because there's so many. I just know those 2 first. Then the last 3 movie that really. Now You See Me, part 1, not part 2. Now You See Me, part 1, fucking good. I like movies that make me think, what the like
what's going on?
What the fuck? At the end you're like, this was happening. Nah, damn. Yeah, that really fucked my mind. Then let me see. 4th and 5th. I
definitely agree with Shawshank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw in The Green Mile as well. The Green Mile. That's Tom Hanks and this Michael Duncan.
I haven't seen that.
His name. Oh, you have to see that. The Green Mile, bro, brother. That's one movie. I'd probably say when I saw that, like I can't believe I was in tears when the movie was over. Like I was genuinely angry.
Titanic had me crying, so I can throw in Titanic.
But exactly. Like we all watched Titanic when we were very young. Obviously, those stuff is different.
That's the first movie I cried for.
The Green Mile is also from, I think that might be early 90s too. The Green Mile, but it's like Tom Hanks, Michael Clark Duncan, and Michael Clark Duncan, he's a prisoner basically who's sent to death row, and Tom Hanks is, I think, the head guard or something of that wing in death row. So basically he gets to know Michael Clark, but the whole premise was that he was actually innocent the whole time up until like after he died. It was only after he was killed that they found out. No, they were able to prove it because because Hanks believed that after some point,
Well,
isn't
that similar to Shawshank? No, what happened?
Shawshank Redemption is when they both escaped from prison. Morgan Freeman.
But he was innocent, wasn't he? The guy that was
exactly,
he was innocent
exactly,
as well,
exactly, he was innocent too.
Yeah.
Exactly, he was innocent too.
All right, that's tough, man. I mean,
is Bad Boys going in there?
Yeah, I mean that was a good, obvious classic.
I remember Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
That was a thing. So Bad Boys has to be damn. So I've already given.
For me, no. For me, it would be Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, either Lord of the Rings or Harry
Potter.
Potter.
Lord of the Rings actually was also.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is mad. I mean, there's like other obvious mentions. For me, Ocean's 11.
Bro, the whole Ocean's trilogy. I have that on Blu-ray too.
Yes, Ocean's 11. Yo, I love the fuck out of that. Yeah,
I don't know if I can quote everything though.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I just enjoy the scenes with like, what's that guy that's dead now? Bernie Mac. Yeah, Bernie Mac was in the.
Yes.
Nice one. All right, cool. Last question says, have you ever sent nudes?
Have I ever sent nudes?
Bro, how come your voice is going down, man?
Damn. I'm trying to think. Wow. Okay.
But it's not that hard. Have you ever done it?
I think I might have. I think I
might have.
No, like this is like maybe high school or something that I'm talking that I might have, or like early uni. No, I have early uni. I think my first girlfriend when I was in university actually.
Right.
I'd probably say early uni. So, but it was only one occasion. I think.
Just one time.
Just one time. I don't know. It's never really like.
Have you ever received nudes though?
Yeah. Well, of course, I received nudes, but I've never. I don't know. I never asked. I never really asked. I don't think
they just really, surprise you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really like asked like, "Hey, send me or anything." I don't think so. I don't like. Obviously, you steer the conversation a certain way, you know. And if it comes out, then it comes out. That's But I don't think I've ever outrightly asked.
Explicitly asked.
No. Yeah, no.
But you've received a couple.
Asked. Yeah. Of course. I mean,
a ton.
Sometimes, like this is like years ago, so like university time, obviously. As a young man, when you're single, you have conversations with people. So certain situations happen. So certain situations happen where it's like okay, like maybe somebody you were talking to and it's like a bit deeper, maybe a month or two ago, and then you're just randomly one day, just like having a conversation with someone else, and ping, you get like 3 attachments.
God, 3 attachments.
Like you just see like
JPG, bro. That's
JPEG.
Of course.
But no, I've never outrightly asked, and this is years ago.
Mad. All right, cool. Me, I have sent nudes. I'm not even gonna lie, yo. This was like when the first time though. I didn't know they were a thing until actually the first person told me was my friend, a guy. He's like, blah blah blah. I think after high school, after secondary school, he traveled. He went to the US, so like we were talking, blah blah blah. And he's like, oh yo, this girl sent me like, do you want to see? And I'm like, well, what? So he sent me I'm like, how do you get a girl to send you stuff like this? He's like, well, it's a trade, you trade. I'm like, what? You would? Yeah, I'm like, mad, So that was like my first, introduction to the concept of even nudes and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I sent a couple in uni, people, and whatever. Received like a couple as well. So, that's that. Anyway, to sort of move into, our main topic, for today. 2 of them are 2 songs, and then the last one is a topic on its own. First of all, have you heard Wizkid's Joro?
Yes.
What do you think? Rate it out of a 10.
You know what? If it was any other artist,
If
it was any other artist, I'd probably say, I'd probably give it a 4 or 5, but Wizkid just has like, I don't know, there's always, I don't know, I just feel like maybe
I'm convinced he uses jazz.
Yeah, he vibrates. He kind of vibrates a better form of any song.
Anybody else drop that song, it would
exactly. You wouldn't have felt it, but Wizkid says things in a way, the words he chooses even to say things, it makes a jam kind of work, and then it's so style, like his his delivery. Sorry, his delivery. It's almost it's like sing rap, but it's like a bit of a sing rap sort of thing, you know. And he's always had that, anyways. Like, you know, the way he delivers his lines, the way he will rhyme something, like it's like right, yeah. So I would say if it was anybody else, maybe give it 4 or 5, but because it's Wizkid, maybe 6 or 7. 6. I'll give it 6. I wouldn't say 7 because I don't think it's better than Ghetto Love. And
me too. I prefer Ghetto Love to it. But you know what? At first, when he came out, I said he was average. Put it on my snap. Put it everywhere. And I said, "Yo, Wizkid, another trash song." I didn't say trash. I just said bang average. You know. But the past couple days, like 2-3 days now, I've put it on repeat, and it's just because the beat is just it's just very, I don't know, scintillating somehow. It just draws you in, you know, and that's what Wizkid, I don't know, he's really good at. So yeah, now I would have said a 6. Now I can say 7. Yeah, I can say 7 because I don't know. I just feel like he put one thing I respect about this record though was that he put like a bit of pressure on it. You know, when he came out, he did the interview with Ebro. He put it out on Vivo. I don't know. He was quite engaging with this one as opposed to Ghetto Love. He just put it out and then he just left it. You know, whether people like it or not, you know, vibe. He dropped the video as well, but this one, you know, the video was well done.
Yeah, it's also the kind of markets actually too, because if you think about it, Ghetto Love, or at least from the video that I saw, you know, the whole aesthetic that they were selling in the video.
It was Nigerian.
It felt like more okay, like this is kind of the street anthem that gets released, the street anthem single, like a rapper would do, that gets released first before the nicer, more.
You know, because he's been teasing with Joro for a while. Yeah. I bet he recorded Joro like a year ago or something, because you know he put out. Even during the time of Fever, when he dropped Fever and the other one, he had teased with Joro and said, you know, but then he delayed, and then finally he puts it out. So, you know what? I guess, you know, it is what it is. I would say it's a 7 now for me, because I hate it when people say, oh, you put it in the clubs, it will bang. Of course it will bang. You know, like people are drunk. It has a nice beat, but is it a good song? I don't think the content, the lyrical content was, you know, that super, but it's Wizkid, there's the vibe, and then there's also the beef on the beats and everything. So people say it was Killer Tunes. North Boy is doing a madness on Twitter though.
Some beats,
some
beats are here, man. Using the traction for real to sell the trucks up. Nah, but I don't know. The whole thing is really strange when producers, because obviously producers are, it's like behind the scenes really more like they're basically the guys behind the curtain that make things happen, right? Yeah. So it's always strange when like a lot of these things from like behind, you know, that happens in studios just kind of gets broadcast. Yeah. Just kind of gets thrown out. It's a bit like, I don't know. I'm the sort of person kind of like you should keep things, because at the end of the day, being a producer is a job title. It's not. Yeah. It's not like an artist can kind of just live on, I guess, their image and sort of thing, but a producer is a job title because his beats are reputation. Which I mean, he's selling, so he is winning in that case. You know? Right. He's selling his product.
I mean, I don't even know how he got so messy, to be honest. Because at first, I obviously like in the first song, Ghetto Love, you can hear him say Killer Tunes, fuck it up. You know, obviously you can tell that's Killer Tunes. You know, the second one gets released, people are like, oh, who made this beat? I don't think Wiz himself, you know, said it. Yeah. And I read some of North Boy tweets saying, "Oh, he made Fever. Apparently, made Fever's beat as well." But I think the beef there is, I'm not really sure of what's going on, but I think the beef there is, you know, Wizkid didn't give him the credit that he wanted. Like he made the beat, maybe probably sold it, but then, you know, Wiz just didn't put him on any of the credits or something.
Well, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure I was like, there should be a video somewhere of North Boy, I think, in the studio remaking that beat. Yes. So like everybody knew it wasn't.
He tweeted something like, I gave you your last 2 beats. You didn't do something. Your last 2 jams I made.
Yeah,
I think
Fever and Soccer or something. Yeah. I can say your last 2 hits.
So then he's vexed because, you know, somebody tweeted, did Killer Tunes produce Joro as well? And then he just goes, Joro was made by North Boy, blah blah blah. Put some respect on my name. that type. And I'm like, yo, where's all this, noise coming from? But mad. Now moving on, somebody also put up, well, not his song, but done a feature. Davido put out the song "Lower Body" by Chris Brown got put out on the extended version of Indigo. Indigo was already like 32 tracks. Yeah. Now I did an extended one. Now it's 40 something. That nigga's just crazy.
Streaming.
Yeah. I feel like as an artist these days, you don't really care for like what people think of your song. As long as it gets the traction, you're selling on Spotify, Apple Music, your money, your P's are rolling in, You can just cough on a beat. As long as people stream that shit, you don't give a fuck. Would. Yeah, so I mean, I heard it, Lower Body, and unlike, Wiz had to take time and grow on you or something, I loved it instantly. Chris Brown, Davido, I don't know, the beat was done by Kidominant. That's a producer that I think is going about his business, very quietly but very smartly as well. Done the thing with AKA, then moved on, came back with David, did a couple beats. He's met with Drake, Kanye West, making all these big moves, man. I think he's a really smart dude, if you ask me. So dope producer as well. Mad. So he done the beat and another song on Chris Brown's extended version. I don't remember the title of that one now. And the song itself, Lower Body, it's just like, I like the fusion. I like the fusion between, the Afrobeat sound, and then you can hear a bit of melody, stuff that Chris Brown would do normally. And then there's Davido on it, doing his thing. So yeah, I would rate that. You've heard it, right? Just once maybe. What would you rate it out of 10?
I didn't even really sat with it. But maybe I'll give it, because I've actually sat with Joro a bit more, and I give Joro a 6, so maybe I'll have to give it a 6
as well. Until you listen to it again.
I really listen to it
go and listen to it again, bro. So it's better. It's better than a 6. To me, I'll give that song like a 7.5, very close 8. Yeah, in fact an 8. Yeah, because Wizkid was, Davido was amazing on it. Chris Brown obviously brought fires. So many people, when the extended version got released, said, yo, this is probably the best song on the album. On the extended one. So yeah, that was dope. Let me ask you this. What was the most fun thing you did last week or this week?
This week? The most fun?
Yeah.
Did we go for shoot this week?
No, I don't know.
No, there wasn't a shoot this week.
What, this guy was there around Black Bones?
Yeah, probably the skip with Black Bones.
Yeah.
That was just yesterday, 2 days ago, sorry. I was thinking yesterday. It's 2 days ago. Yeah. That thing with Black Bones, I think that was fun.
Interview with Black Bones,
yeah, it was fun. It was, obviously we were having some technical issues, so we couldn't even, he was here for maybe an hour, we left to eat and came back, and we chilled for another hour, like half an hour. So like, when you get to kind of know someone, like he's a really cool guy, funny guy, like witty, like always has, this thing. So I'll probably say the most fun was doing the interview and then doing the skip, like, yo, from the first question, I was like, yo, please introduce yourself. He was like, Skip. For the first question, he was targeted. He was giving me answers like that. I know for sure that the edits, I'm gonna have a hard time picking like whether to use a joke answer or the real, the real answer.
Because like speaking of Black Bones, he started this whole beef thing even that's going on like in the rap.
It's true.
We don't have to talk about MI and Vector now. We can keep that, let it sit for a while. We'll definitely talk about that next week. But between himself, the guy Devoli, and then there's Dremel, and then it's just madness going on.
Falling,
it's just
like all of a sudden everybody's involved. Like
everybody, bro. Like they've sort of just picked people. Yeah. You're just by yourself, and then someone's attacked you. Now you have to respond. That's how it's going on. It's good. The Nigerian rap game for once is getting attraction. People are talking about music and it's not soapy or Zlatan, so that's fun. That's fun to watch. Now Black Bones had dissed Devoli on a song that wasn't even his song, and then Devoli replied, dissed everybody, bro. MI, Vector, even Ladipo, Dremel, YC, everybody in his track, and now Dremel dissed him back, and Devoli dissed as well. I mean, the only people that I think not getting affected in this whole thing is SDC. They had their Palm Wine Fest, or they have it coming in London.
In London,
Yeah. Those ones are just OGs, just enjoying. But yeah, MI Vector will keep.
Yeah, but nobody's called any of them out, right?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. They're the only ones. The only ones that have not gotten any flack. Everybody else, even Fouls, bro. Fouls was
getting drawn in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah, but Fouls. I wouldn't underestimate Fouls.
Nah, Fouls is a very good rapper, you know.
Nobody should underestimate anybody who's that like brilliant with words and double meanings. Like he'll say one thing and you understand that he actually means something.
Something else,
yeah. Something else like is.
Fouls is brilliant, bro. But Dave Olive was like, "Yo, get your." Is our work, or get that your lawyer mouth into the court, you know, and get off the studio. Like, Devoli was wicked.
Fouls will ridicule him, I think.
Yes, he'll probably be a joke thing that everybody will laugh. Yeah.
Don't underestimate Fouls, please.
All right. The most fun thing I did this week was going to this place called Element House. It's like a house music type thing. It's a lot of Lebanese white people there.
Expats.
Yes, it's at Spice Route. I went there with my guy. No, Via. Via. No, it wasn't Via. So it's on Adela Deco, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Matt, it was really fun. Yeah, it was one of them. You know those parties you see in movies where everybody's just jumping and then they look gone. That's how it was for me, yo. The DJ that played came from Canada or something. It's just strictly house music. No Afro beat, no hip hop, nothing, bro. Just,
no Afro house? Because I was
just no Afro house. Actual house music, my G. Maybe one or two Afro house. I'm not sure. But yeah, so there was a DJ on before the guy from Canada came on. But him played strictly just house music, and you know I didn't think Nigerians would vibe with stuff like that. It was mad because there were a lot of Nigerians, but then there were also like white people and Lebanese, Asian people as well. You know, so crazy. Like this was the first party I was at, and I didn't really care who was looking, what. I was just jumping and. Like there are no words, you know. There's no lyric, nothing. It's just beats, bro.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I was telling my friend like if somebody offered me cocaine, I probably would have done that shit. It's one of them parties you see in movies where they just sniff cocaine, go back outside and jump. Yo, it was crazy.
I used to go to a couple EDM. Not even EDM. I'd say like there was a time when like this two-step house or this this jacking house sound was on. It was kind of like regular house music, but with a bit more.
You seen that film? What's that one that Jaden Smith was in? The Netflix. Fuck. Let me search. The Netflix.
Jaden Smith on Netflix, wasn't that the Nas story, like that show that was produced by Nas?
Yeah, I think
Jaden Smith was in there, innit? It was like a show produced by Nas. Damn, I don't remember the name again, and actually.
What's that?
But it was about like the whole come up of hip hop, but it's
when
like
they
told
were
through
still
Nas's
two-stepping
eyes.
and what's the name?
It's told through Nas's.
Fucking hell. They cancelled. I don't know why they cancelled that shit. I was so pissed.
Okay, while he's looking for it, you know, Arsenal got a
The Get Down. The Get Down. That's what it's called. Yeah, I found it. The Get Down.
Oh yes, exactly.
Really
I was like,
good show.
What wasn't making my mind was like a James Brown song.
Yeah,
and he has a song just like The Get Down. So
really. Oh yeah. So what? Arsenal won. That's why running your mouth. Rubbish.
Drop that in there.
Fucking nigga. Yo, I'm so pissed, man. City, they better just come back. Yo, so the last and main topic for today. This was something I saw on my TL a couple weeks back. We should have done this last week, but Independence Day, you know, just bullshit. You know, with logistics, we couldn't get stuff together. But yeah, this topic is how the it's actually, I don't know how to structure it properly. How Nigerian men should be loved, or how Nigerian men should want to be loved. That's kind of like
wants
the base.
to be loved.
Yeah. So like what happened was this girl tweeted stuff and said she doesn't know how to love her man, and she asked him, he didn't know what to say exactly, Now there were a bunch of threads, with guys saying this is what a man wants. This whole thing with peace of mind going around. Is that all there is to it? How exactly should a man be loved? Girls want to know, and guys, how do we express ourselves to these girls? Like, this is how I want you to love me. So being that we're both men, last I checked,
Sam, I don't know how to say how to be loved though.
that's a problem.
It's like
it's a big deal because
there's certain things that I don't know. I feel like maybe we just as human beings we expect certain things, right?
But
from what we've been told happens in a relationship, we expect certain things. My women, that's kind of how we're groomed, right? So it's like for a man being loved is okay. She does all these things that I've been told from a young age that she should be doing, right? But at the same time, there's also people who maybe don't need one of those things, and in that case, I don't know. Would you then say that that's not how men should be loved because that person?
No, so obviously, like every man can be loved in the same way, right? But there has to be things that cut across, and the major issue is not even saying how we want to be loved. The major issue I think for girls is a lot of men never say it. For girls, it's very easy. You get in. Not even a relationship, just like a friendship or closeness, they can start to set certain rules, like this is what I need you to do, this is what I expect from you. I mean, obviously, when it comes to like maybe monetary things, I'm not really a fan of that, to expect a certain thing from a guy monetarily, but just attitude-wise, your behavior. If a woman says, "Oh, I like men that chat with me like a lot," then you have to know, like, okay, this to get her to love me or to love her properly, I have to constantly be in conversation with her. There's girls that don't mind 2 weeks, don't call me, call me next week,
Yeah,
but a lot of girls though. There's a lot of girls.
I don't know, like 2 weeks is a long time.
Maybe that
anybody who says they're interested in you and they can go 2 weeks without talking to them,
maybe exaggerate.
Like no, but how many hours in a day are we talking about? In all those hours, they don't know. No, they've definitely left you. But I do understand what you mean. Of course, like there's some people that don't have to be in contact with you for like a day or 2 or 3 days. I'll be honest with you, I even have friends, like close friends of mine, that I maybe talk to 3 times a year.
3 times?
Yeah, that's right. Maybe 3 times a year we have like an hour conversation about everything from the months up until then, and then so and we only talk maybe 3 times a year because of the like time difference. With different work schedules, there's so many reasons. As much as the technology helps to do that, though, there's real life happening, so you still have to actually make time for a lot of these things to happen. So through technology I can communicate with a lot of these people, but like if I send him a message now and he's only going to read it when I'm asleep and send it, it's not really a conversation at that point.
True, that happens. But then sort of staying on topic now, for you, just as a guy, what are the certain things that you'd expect from a girl who claims to love you?
Okay. Things. Well, I mean, number one is loyalty. I'm really big on loyalty. So, like, loyalty includes faithfulness, support. Like, emotional support is also. Yeah, it's also loyalty because you're pledging kind of yourself. Person. Emotional support. Maybe emotional support is even too deep. Maybe just mental support. Like, just try and be a good person to. You know what I mean? To be simple as that. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, you're there to listen, but just care about something. What do I have to say? Humor. So I guess if a girl says she loves you, she should be able to kind of to make, I don't know. I personally
what
feel
if
like
she's not like a funny person?
No. But that's what I mean. It's not about her being a funny person. Like because being funny is subjective too, like
True.
So it's not really about being funny, but if she can be more of herself and not be afraid to make fun of herself, be goofy if she's actually goofy.
True.
So if she's herself, I guess that's also a sign. So
you must have liked something in her for you to.
Yeah. So for me, like being yourself, I guess is part of loving me because like you're being,
real.
You're being real. You're kind of revealing who you actually are. So I'd say that. What have I said? Loyalty. That. Yeah. I don't know. That I'll feel like, oh, she loves me. I'd probably say that those 2 things are the initial.
That's it.
Thing. Like, I mean, you have physical things that but would you say that that's
no.
that a girl likes you because you know, because of this. I don't know if you can really say that, like, you know.
No, not how you want her to love you, not why you love her. What exactly would you want from her to say? Okay.
Well, I mean, to love me, I answered loyalty.
Yeah.
Just being real, like I guess reality in a way, like sort of just being a real person and stuff. So be real with me. If I make a mistake, tell me. Don't you know what I mean? Like I really am against this idea of like your wife is just meant to be, you know, like sort of like
subordinate to you.
Like but like a statue. Yeah, so subordinates in a way, but really a statue because a subordinates can at least voice opinions, you know, once in a while. But like, there's a lot of this idea that like, okay, if I do something,
careful,
my wife is
the
just
feminists are listening.
It's very, very like, you know what I mean? Like to be like, okay, this woman has to be, you know, this and this for me. So
do you need her to sort of agree with you? Whenever you
no. I said, be real. Like I don't want a wife who's just gonna be like, yes sir, or yes this. Like, nah, challenge me in a way, you know. Like I've always been attracted to that. Like a girl that I can
also encouraging craziness.
That I can sit and have. No, but I'm talking like a girl that you can sit and have a conversation with. You know, like if I can sit with you in a room and just have a conversation with you about anything, and I can see like for an hour we were having this conversation back and forth. For me, it's also again that reality, like being your real self around someone. So for her to love, I don't know how would I translate that as my sign of her loving me. Just being real.
Yeah.
Just her.
All right. Get that.
Like,
I mean, some of the things that a girl would.
I need a wife to challenge.
Yeah. Some of the things that a girl. I don't know. I'm not a girl. It would have been nice to have a girl here, but some of the things that a girl would say, you know, that I've heard at least, you know, to show that you're dedicated or somewhat committed to them, you know, you have to care about me. We have to constantly be in communication. You know, tell me your feelings. Spoil me. There's stuff like that. You know, they say, oh yeah, how can you say you love me? You don't even spend. You know, I believe that's true. You can't say you love someone without at least spending on them. But when you expect it, like expect a certain amount or certain level of something, knowing who it is, then that's where I have a problem. But at least girls, you know, sort of state what they want whenever they're getting, and then their trouble is most men never say anything when the women now start to do things that they don't know or not, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
With the guy, that's when it becomes a problem. The guy's, you know, like, like you didn't tell me these things, you know. Yeah. So for me as a guy, you know, I would say things that would convey your seriousness of loving me, would be first of all, like you said, loyalty, you know. And I'm not even saying loyalty like, you know, I'm a dictator and you're not that type. You know, just want what's best for me. Obviously, which would translate into what's best for us. Because I'm loyal to you as well. Us, yes, you know, and that's one. Two is just support as well. Now, I'm not saying support every single thing I'm doing, you know, but just so I was out one time with this girl I was seeing, and you know, it was at an event type thing. I wasn't feeling too well at the time. I was just there, and then this girl was talking to some guy, and I don't know what they were talking about. And she just, you know, like hollered at me to come through, and I came, and she was telling him like stuff that I do, and he's like, "Oh, you know, you and this guy can do work together." But I didn't. It was probably our second time of meeting, you know, and I thought, "Raw, that's, you know, really nice of you to even." She could have just gone on with her conversation without doing anything. But she just called me in and said, you know, this guy does that. I'm like, that's kind of stuff like, you know, if you claim you love me, of course you have to, you know, support. Just do stuff like that. And then aside from that, you know, I think everybody has to sort of make a compromise when it comes to who you love. It's impossible to meet someone who's perfect, even though people say, oh, it's perfect for me. It's impossible to tick all your boxes, right? So now I know what I want in a woman, right? So if I meet you, say I want 7 things in a woman, and you check off like 5 of those boxes, I'm willing to compromise for the remaining 2. If one, absolutely love you, which would be the case, and two, you sort of make up for it in some other
in
areas.
some other ways, yeah.
Exactly. So say for instance, I like a woman that is, let me say something random, that is light skin, for instance. That's a physical feature, but still, you know, she's light skinned. Now, this girl is not light skinned, but she's smart, she's funny, she's supportive, you know, she's challenging in ways that would, you know, task my brain. Then of course, she's not light skinned. That's one thing I can just, you know, leave out. So yeah, if you're willing to make it, say for instance, you like tall guys, right? I'm not the tallest guy. I'm just by average 6 foot thereabout, you know. So you meet me and then you're like, you know what? Usually I don't go for your type, but because you're this, yeah. So I think those three things are the major things for me. Now, girls would usually expect certain things from you. Things that are not necessarily like your attitude or physical features, but like just your habits or your behavior around or towards them. Now, some of those things are texting constantly. Some other things are, you know, spoiling her, going on, you know, dates or taking me out, you know, type of stuff. Or this one I don't really agree with, but just allowance or upkeep money. They say those sometimes. What do you think a guy should expect from a woman, you know, on a daily basis type behavioral thing?
Daily basis. I mean, if you see, obviously, you'll be married or close to getting married if you're seeing your girlfriend every day.
Yeah. Is sex one of them?
Yeah, sex. I mean, sex of course is there, but I don't know about daily. It's not. I mean.
No, of course not. I'm not saying that.
You know, there will always be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like it's impossible daily to maintain something like that. But yeah, I guess sex would be there. Support, like we've been talking about, support. Communication is better putting it. Yeah. Communication, like communicate.
Would you rather your girl would like instantly tell you stuff that she's unhappy with, or wait and then tell? Because you know some guys can say, oh, she's nagging when she's constantly complaining about stuff she doesn't like.
Now see, nagging is a very, very difficult topic because bro, I'll be honest with you. If you listened to a girl the first time and you at least give an opinion on something then instead of blowing it over and making her have to repeat it, because literally once you listen that first time and give her a response, then if she comes back again, you can remind her what you've said to her, and I promise you she will not bother you about it because you've told her that she's, you know, listen. I think most times when us guys, and I know I'm a guy, you know, so these are things that I know for myself too. Like the only time you'll get that constant nagging is if she feels like, oh, like you're not listening, or maybe you're not trying to understand what she's saying.
You know, becoming better about the thing that she's complaining
about. Exactly. So if you just and like I said, that third point, becoming better, is the reason why I would rather have that early on, because then you can already sort of know, okay, these are things that she wants, and I know I can, you know, try and understand these more and try to like adapt. I don't want to say change because you shouldn't. I also feel like you shouldn't completely change for each other, because you like each other because of who you are at that point. So, but I would definitely say you can adapt, you know, more. But it's really just like from the first few months, you can know, okay, I can definitely be this for her. I can definitely be this for her. Like just like you were saying, the compromise. Yeah. Right. That okay, it doesn't tick one box, but it ticks these other 3 boxes. Like a lot of relationships are like that. Actually, a lot of relationships are like that, because if you think about most relationship stories you hear about breakups and everything, it's always a case of like, oh, they found something in where they normally wouldn't. Yeah. You know, look, sort of thing, right? That's like, it's a huge part of relationships. So, yeah, communication is the best way of saying that. You have to be able to communicate. I'm not, you know, like say, I'm not necessarily, it's not a case of like, okay, every single day I need you to, this is not a daily thing either. But at least, you know, like, you know, wake up in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, hey, how's your day going? Like that's communication I need. So I'll definitely say in terms of girl love, communication, loyalty, and obviously I'm a guy, so I'll say sex. Like sex is important. Like sex is
what does that mean? Obviously, because there's girls that want sex even more than guys.
True, but I'm saying I will say it because a lot of girls wouldn't say it. Yeah, a lot of girls wouldn't say it. True. But as a guy, I'll say it. Yeah, sex is definitely important. But you know, sex is one of those things that you can learn. Like people can get better at.
Now wait, hold on. Sex alone is one thing. Now, how you want the sex to go is something else.
yeah, that's like sexual chemistry in it. That's more sexual. Yeah, that stuff I think just kind of happens.
Are you sure? Because because there's certain things that you might want as a guy.
Yeah, this is difficult to decide. Like, okay, for sure, she's gonna want to do everything that I want. You know?
No, of course not. So of course not. Like, but is she willing to change for you?
She willing to change.
So, for instance, you meet a girl, right? She knows. I mean, obviously, you can have sex and stuff, but does she give head? Does she like to ride? You know, so those things, right? She doesn't do those things now. Is it a case of, okay, you know what? I would stay with her till she can learn, or she can't do those things, I have to bounce, this is what I require? Because I tell you, this is what they mean. No, this is I'm speaking from a girl's point of view now. This is what they mean. This is how they, because it would be unfair to her, to say, okay, you know what, she doesn't suck dick, I'm gonna just allow it. And then it becomes a problem when you need someone to give you like a blowjob and she's not the one, so you start looking outside. Then she's gonna be vexed, like, why didn't you tell me this? You didn't make it seem like a big deal. I think boys should be more deliberate in relationships.
Oh, no,
a lot of us always just keep quiet.
Just keep, no, of course. I think most of my relationships, I'll probably say my last 2 relationships, that I was a lot more like, obviously when I was younger, you also kind of learn to kind of be like, you're almost a stone wall to these things. So you're just like, oh, okay, whatever,
I feel like a lot of the things stem from like our, society. Just as a guy, you've been sort of just conditioned to the way it comes, take it. We're not really the ones to complain or, this girl snores and no, that's too much. Maybe this girl, hits you sometimes when she's pissed. You just sort of take it because you're a man, but whereas if you hit a girl, that's something else. So this girl shouts at you sometimes when she's pissed. You sort of just take it, Whereas, women, so I think these days men need to be deliberate, men need to communicate. That's something I learned as well. So I was involved, or still involved with someone who, like, in the beginning, she was very open about things she didn't like. And I'm like, you know what, I can adapt to some of these things because I see that I'm adaptable to them. And whereas if you had mentioned something else, like, if a girl comes to me, we start talking, and she says, I don't like boys that watch football. Well, that's the end.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But if you say stuff like, I like it when my men, call me morning and night. I'm like, okay, that's doable for me. Yeah. I mean, so I know guys that cannot do that. Call you every morning, every night. They'll tell you they can't. But me, I feel like that's something I can do. Morning and night, easy peasy. But if you tell me, don't watch football, whoa, I knew Man City before I knew you. I knew AC, so you can just bounce. That's that type of stuff.
I was like 12 years old.
Exactly, that's type of stuff. They've been with me all through the heartbreaks and everything. I've been with football, so that's straight up. But other things like, the type of sex you want. There's boys that, this girl isn't like mentally as engaging as you, but you just stay there, maybe for the sexual attraction, maybe for the goofiness, and then you start complaining 3 months down the line, like, man, this is my baby's dad. I can't even have his dick. That thing, it's your business. You caused this. Exactly, you could have told her from the beginning, read more books, boo. Or send her links to things,
Men have to communicate. That's one thing that we definitely have to learn.
Yeah,
that's something I've had to learn as well.
Me too.
Like, just say it. Just like, okay, I feel like this.
I'm still learning.
State it. So hey, I've said it.
Yeah.
And if it changes, it changes. If it doesn't, then I know I've at least, instead of that.
I was almost even scared to say my feelings. If I feel like as a girl, if I say this thing, it might upset you. I would just take it like that. But we're doing ourselves a disservice. Like, you're not helping anybody. So I've learned, or I'm learning now to, sort of just state what I want. But another thing with girls that I've come to realize is they never want to hear you say things, especially the bad ones, that they're guilty of as well. Yeah. Do you get me?
Yeah, of course.
So like,
nobody likes to be wrong. Nobody likes to be wrong. Like,
that's one thing.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned. Like, this girl would tell me, oh, I don't like it when you do this. And I'm like, yo, but you do it as well. It's like, yeah, so because I mentioned it now, you must say, that type of stuff. Although most times it's bants, but there's times where it's serious. Like, oh, you didn't text me all day. But I'm like, yeah, you didn't text me as well. So what were you saying?
Yeah, that's a funny actually thing, because that's something as simple as that. Yeah. It's actually the cause of a lot of like
breakups, a lot of
breakups. Like something as simple as that. Like, okay, you didn't call me all day, but did you try and call your partner?
Did you
call
text
the person?
Me?
If it's a case, is okay. Maybe you rang them twice, there was no answer, and then they didn't mess. That's different.
That's cool.
That's different. But if you didn't pick up your phone to message or text, you can't really be like, why didn't you call me all day? Unless, of course, maybe your last conversation led into that, and maybe you said, okay, I'll call you back. And then that was the last time you heard from them, or they said, oh, okay, they asked you a question.
Girls are crazy. So I could be texting this girl, right? All day we've been talking, say for 7 hours, right? And she's like, oh, so you're still going to wait for me to tell you to call me. I'm like, yo, where does it...
Well, nah, listen, bro.
That's how intentional they are.
Girls feel like a call, I guess, is more...
important than a text.
It is more personable, because it's just more like, it's more, I guess, intimate in a way, because I can be watching TV and text someone, If I'm on the phone with someone watching that same show on TV, it's a lot harder to communicate. They'll notice like I'm distracted,
I get that.
But yeah, that whole like, no, phone me. Oh, you definitely have to call the girl.
All right, mad.
Communication, boys. Communication.
Yeah. So I think in the end, what boys want is just pretty much the same things as girls, I guess, but maybe not just with as much intensity. Because I want a girl to call me as well. I want a girl to be supportive. Hey, I don't know about the money, but if you're rich enough, if say I'm dating like a DJ couple or Oprah's daughter, yo, give me some of the money, bro. I'm not even shy.
Obama's daughter?
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm a man. I don't need anything from my girl. Bullshit, bro. Send me some peas. You don't even have to send me money. Just put me like in positions where I can make money as well. So why do I know you?
Well, I mean, if you're dating a DJ copy or any of that, that's definitely the hope, the sort of support you want.
Right?
The same
Let's
way.
not act like, oh, you're not dating.
No, but it's the same way. If the roles are reversed, you're looking for, like a girl who maybe has an interest in like fashion design or something. Maybe she's now dating a guy who's maybe a banker or something, or an accountant who works for a big fashion label. Of course, it's his duty as a boyfriend to plug like, hey, listen, my girlfriend does this and he does this.
Yeah.
So,
girls have to understand
that support has to be.
It's not so hard to love a guy. Just really ask. And another thing I think they never ask, or sometimes they do. Maybe boys just don't tell as much. But yes, ask. Yo, what do you want? What? Don't just assume, okay, my last boyfriend liked this, so yes, I'm going to like that. So
I'll just do the same thing.
Nah, man. All right, to sort of wrap this up, let me ask you, what songs have you been jamming this week?
I've been on it back. Okay, number one, Nipsey Hussle, Being Down.
Okay.
It's featuring Swiss Beats. I just like that like regal sound sort of thing. Then Rick Ross featuring Swiss Beats. I don't know, Swiss Beats this year for some reason is kind of just jumped back in my playlist, because I haven't really played a lot of songs with his styles for a while. So it's Rick Ross and Swiss Beats, and I think that's... what's that called again? Why did I just forget the name?
Ride Me or Ride For Me?
No, it's
Right
Here. Big Time.
Big Time.
All right. And then the third song is Tropicana, Show Them Camp.
Okay, that's a tune. That's with Flash, I think.
Featuring Flash.
Mad. For me this week, I have been listening to a lot of. I mean, apart from the ones we talked about earlier, Joro, Lower Body, this guy, Paul of Pisco, Audio Money. Really like that tune. And then
I remember when the video came out.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever played. I think it's in like a watch later playlist or something on YouTube still.
Nice.
Because like a lot of music came out that week.
There's a lot of talk about who's the better singer, him or his brother or something. But obviously, like it's him. For me, Paul is the better artist. I mean, Pisa is more energetic dance wise and stuff. But I mean, who's really watching dance these days? People want to hear the tune. So I think Paul for me kind of edges it. And my last song that I've really been sort of jamming is by Wanted. It's called Wanted rather. by One Republic. You know One Republic, Too Late to Apologize? That's them. Yeah, that's
no,
them.
No, Too Late to Apologize is
It's One Republic and
No.
Timberland. No?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is it One Republic? Too Late to Apologize?
You don't think so? It's One Republic. Let me just Google this thing.
One Republic? Really? With Timberland?
Yeah, One Republic, bro. Yeah, it was One Republic.
No, but that was on was that on Timberland's album? I thought that was on Timberland's album.
I don't know. I just know this song. Yeah, it is. Okay,
it's on Timberland's album, right? And he featured.
Too Late Apologize, One Republic. Yeah. So they have this new song called Wanted, which sort of leads into like my 3 songs I think you guys should listen to. Yeah. So that one is one of them. Another song is by this artist called Joanna Grant. I don't know how she named herself. It sounds funny to me, Joanna Grant. But yeah, she's Nigerian. She sort of sounds like a mixture of Yemi Alade and Niniola. When I heard it at first, I thought it was Yemi Alade. Then I thought it was Niniola. Found that.
So like up-tempo.
Yeah, very up-tempo, very danceable. It's called Majo, Joanna Grant. I think I tweeted about it earlier. I don't know. Can't remember. But yeah, really nice song. And now the last one is called... Let me say this properly. Lo que no me dices. It's a Spanish song. So I've been watching this Spanish show, Elite season 2, and of course they have like really nice songs as well. Spanish song. It means why don't you see or something in English. But the artist is called Kimberly Tell. Kimberly Tell. LOQUENOME dices, whatever. So yeah, Lo que no me dices, which means why don't you see. Really nice song. Now we're going to head into next week where we sort of expect Vector to reply MI. You heard the MI's decent. All right, yo. So we're just gonna keep all of that till next week. Thank you guys for listening all through to the Calamity podcast this week. My secret word or magic word or whatever this week is beef. Because yeah, there's a lot of beef. There's a lot of beef happening, yeah. So if you listen all the way, just make sure you hit me up on Twitter or any other platform, and then I owe you airtime or money. I'm feeling like money this week, so I'll probably send somebody money. And no, I'm not sending to you Yomide because you will have more money than me. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Damien, thanks again, man. Nice one. Next week we should have a female on with us, so yeah, it will be fun. 2 weeks ago it was me and Shewa. This week is me and Damien. So Calamity podcast, make sure you subscribe, share, play for your friends and your enemies, and you know, your parents as well. I don't know. Thank you guys for listening. Check us out again next week. Peace.